What's up guys, Caleb here with another installment of Reality Check, and today we're looking at the RTX 2080 Ti, the Asus ROG Strix card. Quite seriously, we're talking about, is this a card for your casual consumer gamers? Is it really? That's the topic of today's discussion. Real quick, if you're watching one of these videos for the first time, again, my name is Caleb. All this awesomeness behind me is Reality Check. We do tech-focused reviews. If you like that kind of stuff, hit like. If you've never seen one of our videos before, hit subscribe. And if you're familiar with us, don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you can get notified when we upload new videos. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. There are a lot of different videos out there saying a lot of different things about the RTX lineup, but let's establish the facts right here, right now. Firstly, let me state for the record that we've run plenty of our own tests. We've really put this puppy through its paces, but we aren't running the highest spec system. Don't get me wrong, she's very decent, but there's already a lot of data out there. So we checked out a lot of reviews. We gathered as much information from as many sources as we possibly could to give you guys the most factual, objective opinion about this gear. From a baseline perspective, comparing the RTX 2080 Ti to the GTX 1080 Ti in the context of a 1080p gaming experience, you don't really see the performance increase that you would want. A couple of frames here and there maybe, but overall it's definitely not the increase you want to see, and it's not worth the money in the context of a 1080p gaming experience. The reason for this is that most games can't really test the 2080 Ti. It's not taxing enough at the level of 1080p. If you move up to a QHD or even a 4K gaming setup, then the difference in performance starts to make a lot more sense and starts to be a lot more appealing. 15 to 30 frames per second increase on average from a 1080 Ti to a 2080 Ti for 4K gaming at ultra settings is no small feat. That is a real improvement to the quality of your gaming experience. It's kind of undeniable, really. This gives you the chance to play almost any AAA title at 4K ultra settings with a minimum of 60 frames per second, which is like the entry level for all you PC master race players out there. You want 60 frames for that 60 hertz refresh rate, and doing that at 4K on ultra settings is impressive. That's really undeniable, and it's something that the 1080 Ti can't always do. A consistent 4K gaming experience with a 1080 Ti is not something that everyone has. Let's say you have the best i7, the best super fast RAM, an incredible SSD. You're probably still going to see some frame drops here and there below 60 for your 4K gaming experience with the 1080 Ti, and that simply won't happen with the 2080. Based off all the information that we've gathered and the tests that we did ourselves, on average there's a 30% performance increase from the RTX 2080 Ti to the GTX 1080 Ti. That is an undeniable fact. The issue lies within the price increase, and that's where people have the biggest problem. Now, admittedly, it was super bold of NVIDIA to release these cards and advertise them with the sole capabilities of DLSS and ray tracing, and none of it really works on the other side of the line. Like, none of us have really been able to test that part of it. Also, something worth considering is that in the near future, there might be games that are actually taking advantage of ray tracing and DLSS to provide you with next-gen graphics that the GTX lineup might simply just not be able to. So maybe you are future-proofing yourself buying a card from the RTX lineup, but the verdict on that is still out until we actually see a game or a piece of software that takes advantage of either ray tracing or DLSS, because we're not seeing that currently. I think once ray tracing and DLSS become readily available to consumers and the public, then it's going to make these cards a lot more appealing, as long as they perform as they've been advertised. But until then, you're going to have to settle with the fact that all the RTX 2080 Ti does is simply outperform the 1080 Ti. At the end of the day, the choice is up to you, because it is the only card out there that can give you consistent 60 frames per second for 4K gaming on ultra settings. If you have a 4K gaming setup that can kind of, give you that, then you're probably not worried about money, and you can probably buy an RTX 2080 Ti. That, at the end of the day, is entirely up to you and what you need from your computing ecosystem. Anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this installment of Reality Check. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've been learning a lot about graphics cards and all about the architecture and what they do and the way they work, so I'm pretty clued up about it now. Ask me any questions in the comment section below. Not too technical. Dial it back a little bit. I'm just a tech reviewer. I'm not a computer science god, take it easy. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you can get notified when we upload new content. Don't forget to go check out these items on Evetech, and I'll catch you guys next time for another installment of Reality Check. Peace!